Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Vice President Kamala Harris literally has been told, or she's just doing it herself, she's trying to run from the American people. Now, what do you mean by run from the American people? She won't talk to nobody. She won't do an interview. She only did one so far, and you saw how bad that went, right? Well, recently, she's gotten so bad with it. I want you to see what she decided to do when she got out of her vehicle and got into the plane. Just watch this. Some people are pointing out that she put them earplugs in her ears to act like she didn't hear the media talking to her because she was on this important phone call. And you see when she was walking, you know good and well when you have earplugs in your ears, you don't put the phone up to your ear whatsoever. You don't do that. And who's still using corded earphones? I mean, come on. I mean, I don't have the level of money or access or anything like that. And I have some AirPods. You mean to tell me the vice president don't have some AirPods? If not, can y'all please get us some? Now, she keep running from the media. She keeps running. She won't do a press conference whatsoever. You have to understand, she wants to be the president of this country. She wants to be my president, right? That's what she's running to be. And since she's running to be my president, what most people do is they do interviews so they can actually speak directly to the American people outside of their controlled rallies. Rallies is not speaking to the people too much because you have a speech, you give them a speech, and that's it. You can say whatever you want. It's when you pressed in real time. It's when you ask questions that you wasn't ready for. It's when people really get to see the real you. How you going to respond? Are you going to be real calm, cool, and collect? Do you actually have a plan? What are you going to do? She couldn't even answer what would she do on day one, ladies and gentlemen. She couldn't even answer that. That's something that you should already have in your head ready to go when someone asks you that question. She wouldn't answer if about being black. She won't do press conferences. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. That what strategies, what she's doing is going to actually hurt her in the end. Every time I look up, J.D. Vance and Trump, they always on TV interviewing. Trump is on people's podcasts. Trump is all over the place interviewing. But she's not interviewing she's not even going to the comfortable places. She did CNN. She didn't even do MSNBC. She didn't go on The View. That's like her people, right? She haven't talked to the Breakfast Club. She haven't talked to anybody. She won't go on no podcast. Nobody that's like just rah-rah cheering for her. Listen, she won't even go on Boulay Martin's show. And these days, Bussy Martin. But Boulay Martin wouldn't even go on his show. And that is a friendly for her. He crashes out for her every day. Every time a celebrity who say something, say, hey, man, you know, I don't like what she's doing, or I don't understand this, he's crashing out on them. And yet all that he's doing, nobody gives him an interview. Nancy Pelosi don't go talk to him. People like Vice President Kamala Harris won't go talk to him. Biden didn't go talk to him when he was running. I don't understand that. You be going to the White House with him, but they won't even come on your show. That says a lot what they think about him. But when you are trying to get a job, you have to interview. Every job I've ever gotten in my life, I had to interview, whether it's a phone interview or an in-person interview, whether I had to take a test before I even got to the interview. That's the way jobs usually work. And when she's avoiding press conferences that she can conduct herself, she's avoiding interviews that tell people a lot about her, that she's not ready because clearly she can't deal with the pressure. If you cannot handle a journalist asking you questions, if you can't handle a press conference, she should be doing town halls. Think about it. She's only about right now 61 days out, 61 days. And you mean to tell me you won't do a town hall, you won't do press conferences, you won't do interviews? If it was me and I had to say, hey, man, I got 61 days. I'm interviewing with everybody I can. I'm doing press conferences. I'm doing town halls because I want everybody to get to know me. I'm ready for the tough questions. I'm ready for it all. Bring it. Because I want y'all to make sure that you heard everything I had to say. So you want to vote for me, you could. But how can you want to vote for me if I don't talk to you? And all this, the Democrat shields, oh, just be quiet. She ain't got to talk to you. Let me tell you something. When y'all saying that she ain't got to talk to y'all, that's basically what you're saying is she's too good to talk to us commoner Americans. She's too good for that. And because she's too good to talk to us commoner Americans, then, you know, that tells me that people probably shouldn't vote for her, even if they supported her. Who's she supposed to be that she can't talk to nobody? Even if they are questioning her about her identity, who is she to like, I don't want to talk about that? Instead of actually talking about it and putting it to sleep. But because what she did, she makes it worse. She haven't said nothing about what happened in California the other day. She haven't said nothing about Sonia Massey. She says nothing about anything. So if she says nothing about major things that's happening, why would you trust her to be the president of the United States? Why? That's why I'm on vote against blue no matter who. And maybe it's your first time coming here and say, what do you mean by that? Vote against blue no matter who means vote for any party you want to, Republican, Green Party, Libertarian, whatever party you want to vote for. Or if you won't vote for nobody, vote for yourself. From the top of the ticket all the way down to the bottom. If a Democrat is running unopposed on that ballot, write your name down. Vote for yourself. Because even if you voted for yourself, that is a vote against them that they did not get from you. We want all of you to be registered to vote. We want all of you to show up to early voting. We don't want you to wait till November the 5th. Go ahead and show up to early voting. Let me tell you something. You'll know, a lot of you will know what's up after next week. Because September 10th, they got that debate next week. And let's see what happens. But what I'm thinking in my head, yeah, let's see what happens. I don't want to put out my speculations. But the thing is, if she don't want to interview, then to me she don't want the job. That's like I have a job opening here within our company, and I say, hey, we looking for a host, or we looking for an editor, we looking for a graphic designer, we're looking for a CPA or something like that, right? And people say, yeah, I want the job. And say, okay, well, shoot, let me schedule an interview, X, Y. And they were like, nah, I don't want to do no interview. I just want the job. What? Well, so I got to know your skills. I got to know, what you're going to bring to the table. I got to know all that sort of thing. Before I'm going to pay you. Look, just hire me, and then you'll find out all what I'm capable of and everything I got going on. But you got to hire me first. Then you'll find all that out. Most jobs will not hire you talking like that. They say, if you don't want to interview it, well, bye. Like I said, who are you supposed to be? You want the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. And that, but of course, the Shield's going to agree with it. The Shield's going to agree with her disrespecting us with her black scent. They're going to agree with that. They're going to agree with whatever, right? I mean, it's safe to say they don't have a mind of their own. And that's okay. That's their mind to waste. But the rest of you, that's not cool if she's not talking to people. Like what kind of campaign look, what it's telling me is that the Democrats know she's so bad at interviews. She's so bad at word salad. And they're saying, look, don't even answer the press. Don't do interviews. And we're going to just wing it that way. That's sad when Joe Biden would do interviews in his cognitive decline. Joe Biden would do interviews and she won't do them. That's crazy. That is crazy. Why did y'all put her up if she can't interview? Why didn't I go get another Democrat? There's other Democrats y'all could have got. But with that one, but see what I think it is, y'all, if she loses this election, they're gonna blame, well, of course, black men. We're used to it. But they also going to blame black women. Now, I told y'all this. If she lose, they're going to blame black women because they're going to say, well, we really didn't want her, but black women was threatening to splinter the vote, and we wouldn't have won unless we put her up there. We wanted Gretchen Whitmer. We wanted Gavin Newsom. We wanted this one. We wanted that one, right? Whatever they wanted, but they originally did not want her. So, and if she lose, and the Democrats turn on all of them, good. Because you shouldn't have been over there with them people no way, because you're not fighting for black people. You're fighting for your little prestige, right? But I don't know what campaign strategy it is. Every president candidate, from the time I could recognize them all the way up to now, from Ronald Reagan, that's the first president I remember, at least I remember, I was a kid, Ronald Reagan, all the way up to now, they did interviews. They did press conferences, town halls, debates, all of that. She's not serious. I don't take her serious. If you want to interview, if you want to do press conferences, you want to go talk to people on podcasts, you want to do nothing, how can I take you serious? To me, it's like you don't want the job. Or you're so arrogant that you think you're better than everybody, all Americans, and like, I ain't got to talk to them. Who are they supposed to be? They just need to come vote for me. They just need to shut up and vote. That's what they need to do. And that's a problem. That's a problem. But let's see how long she's going to duck and dodge. I don't think that's going to work out too well in the end. And if she loses this election, that's one of the first things they're going to say. She never talked to the American people. She ducked and dodged. She didn't do no town halls. She didn't do no press conferences. What did she thought she was going to do? Oh, they are going, if she lose, they are going to, her political career is done. I'll be honest with y'all. If she loses this election, her political career is done. She better go on with Doug and take her, vice presidential salary she get for life, and whatever she chooses to do later. But I think her political career will be done if she loses this election, because the way she's doing things, it's not like she's out here trying to fight real hard against Trump. Like, rallies don't get it. You got to interview. That's part of it. But let me know what y'all think about that. Do you think that her interviewing skills are so bad, that's why the Democrats are keeping her on ice? Or do you think it's